The world really has nothing to offer that can give us lasting joy. But focusing on our service for Jehovah is truly rewarding. And this applies to whatever country we are from. We actually have some experiences we'd like to share with you from our brothers and sisters in Malawi in Southeast Africa. A member of their branch committee visited us recently and shared this report with our Bethel family.
Despite a 26-year ban, the theocratic landscape in Malawi is changing for the better. What has contributed to such a change? Largely, divine education. Specifically, the schools for single brothers, Christian couples, have had a major impact on advancing theocracy. Starting with Ministerial Training School and Gilead graduates, the real excitement came in 2008 when the first class of MTS was held in the vernacular language in Malawi called Chichewa. To date, over 400 brothers, 36 Christian couples, and 47 traveling overseers and their wives have shared this specialized training that they received with those even in the most remote parts of Malawi. As a result, congregations are being stabilized and built up in the faith. But why is this such a thrilling development for Malawi? Well, as we all know, Satan can use a country's environment or culture to stifle theocratic progress, and Malawi is no exception to this. For example, typical rural life in Malawi does not involve keeping to a schedule or time. Sorry for that. Just imagine, brothers, you don't have a watch or a clock. The only way of telling the time is to look at the position of the sun in the sky. You have between 4 and 10 or possibly more children to get ready and prepare for theocratic activities. You don't have a vehicle. There's no public transport, but you've got to walk between 1 and 3 hours or 2 or 3 hours to get to the Kingdom Hall. Now, with that picture in mind, how likely is it that meetings will start, run, and finish on time? The answer's obvious, isn't it? Another challenge in Malawi is chief mentality. You see, in Malawi, village life revolves around the authority of one man or woman who is appointed as chief. When this is the norm, it's a huge challenge not to allow this structure to creep into the Christian congregation. Thanks to the training mentioned earlier of all the theocratic schools, though, congregations are experiencing an increase in shepherds who really shepherd the flock, as promised by Jehovah at Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 4. What other exciting developments are we seeing in Malawi? Remote translation officers. Currently, we have one fully operational RTO in the north of Malawi. And happily, as we speak now, 2 new RTOs are also under construction. Singing kingdom songs has always been an absolute delight for the brothers in Malawi, just as it is here. However, with little money to spend and no electricity in over 80% of the kingdom halls in Malawi, learning how to sing the new kingdom songs has been very difficult. For example, oftentimes the brothers just read the songs out loud, not really knowing the tune. Therefore, recently, the organization researched what type of appliance could be designed and manufactured specifically to address this problem. The appliance would have to be portable, extremely durable, simple to use, and chargeable even in remote areas where there's no electricity. Quite a feat to accomplish. As always, though, Jehovah's organization has come up with a solution. The governing body has approved the purchase of a simple, purpose-built music player, which is now in the process of being sent out to all congregations, even the remote parts of Malawi, with this need. How did congregations respond upon hearing about this new provision? Just to give you an example of one letter, an excerpt from one letter. This is a translation of what the brothers wrote, and very typical of what many letters contain. To be honest, brothers, we've not been doing very well at singing. Isn't that sweet honesty? Beautiful. But when we get this music player, we will really, really sing praises to Jehovah. Please, 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 please send us one as soon as possible. Yes, brothers, this appreciation has moved many congregations to send with their letter even a voluntary donation, which is truly, as Jesus said at Luke chapter 21, verse 4, a gift not out of their surplus, but out of their want. As you can see, brothers, these few highlights give evidence of Jehovah's loving watch care over his people in Malawi. We give thanks to Jehovah for his education, his building programs, and his generosity.